So we're going to head over to the Quantum office and we're going to take a look at some of the new sales that Andrew has ready for Jeff to pick up here, and some of the sales we have for Vichingo, the Italia 9.98. And Jeff, what's Andrew got over there right now for you?
Yeah, I think a couple sales that are left that we haven't picked up yet are the storm sale, so a storm jib and a trysail, being lovely orange color, I'm sure. And then we'll get those fitted to the boat. Also have a J, we'll call it a J3 Plus, which is a smaller jib with a shorter luff length. Also the heavy air sail that meets the requirements for the safety rules. That's what we're going to look at today. So
you know, going over to to the loft, you see a lot of things over there that are going on. It's always a very busy place. You've got people coming in, coming out. You've got sales that are coming in for repair. You have new sales being delivered. There's designers in-house, so you're going to get to meet a lot of people at the Quantum Loft that are part of the full circle of what makes this happen. So we come in and we're going to talk a little bit about, obviously we're doing a couple distance races here, so the sails have to be built to handle offshore conditions. They also have to be built for use at night. So there's a lot of things technology wise and experience wise that we're going to be seeing in these sails that become full encompassing of what we're trying to do here. Yeah, nice to see you.
What we got?
All right. Well, we've got some sales to take a look at from last night, from the 998, from our Wednesday night excursion, and then I think we've got some new sales here for Jeff.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we're ready to go.
It's very important to build that client relationship, to be able to discuss what the plans are for the boat, what the plans are for the ownership or the team, whether they're doing some racing or whether it's just purely for cruising, but to try to get a feel for what the owner of the boat looks to do. Then we can kind of look at what the different packages are available.
Yeah, the Quantum guys have been great. Andrew is, knows what he's doing. He's very helpful. They were involved even before we had the boat. They were working with the guys at Selden for the mast and making some changes in what we wanted in the mast, a little bit of engineering here and there differences. And then we ordered the first set of cruising sails, which was a couple of, kind of carbon fiber with a heavy taffeta cover on them. And then as we got those fitted to the boat, minor tweaks here and there to make sure that the sails fit the mast shape. And then we ordered the racing sails, but instead of guessing on the mast, we went through and measured every single element of every curve. So when these were built, they just fit perfectly. So it was pretty good experience.
Yeah, so the sails that we've picked for these two boats are really of the highest end that you can get. They're carbon fiber products, and it's part of the Quantum Fusion M range. And like I say, we're very fortunate with Jeff and Sarah that we can go to the very top end of the range, but it isn't necessarily what everyone's budget allows them to get to, and we understand that. So it's really a question of looking after the customer, making sure that they get what they want, and matching that desire with the package that they're looking for. There is a lot of research and development that goes into how the sails are constructed. And I suppose that's one of the beauties of having a company like Quantum, that we are really quite stacked in depth with skill sets that various people bring to the organization. Essentially, in the very simplistic of terms, it's a balance between strength, durability, and a weight ratio. So we're trying to get weight down but have maximum strength in the sail, and that ultimately allows us to get performance out of the boat.
We've actually got Vichingo's J2 sail on there. We just need to do a quick little repair on that. We'll be good to go.
That's one of Jeff's new sails. So we're going to pull that out and just take a quick peek of it.
Oh, it's always nice to get new sails. We have quite a few of them. So far I haven't broken any. First time taking a look at this one. It's nice. Got the tabs so that we can dual purpose, be able to use it, to be able to lash it onto the head stay in case you have a failure or something for a heavier jib. As Eric was talking about, you know, sailing at night, this is a glow-in-the-dark draft stripe, so you know, you can see this thing with a little bit of moonlight or just very low-level light. You get an idea where the draft is and where you might have to make some changes in lead position, higher tension, etc., things like that. So another safety requirement. Eric's gonna really love the fact that, like, today we'll have like 11 sails on board.
And there's Carter, our distribution guy. He does all the processing, gets them all out, and as you can see on the shelves there, that's everything that's ready to go out. And that rack over there is all of our One Design sails ready to go out to clients who need them as well. So let's go on through, and I'll show you upstairs to the shop. This is the service loft. We have the capability to build sails here, but generally speaking, this is where we do service and repairs. We've got a little spinnaker, and it looks like a fairly big Code Zero that's in for a little repair. And then down in the back there, we've got a full canvas section. We can do biminis, dodgers, sail covers, and all your canvas work. So big floor space. Yeah, pretty cool.
That Zero looks like it was from last night.
Yeah.
A lot of the success that the racers will bring is how we train, how we practice. What we put in before always gives you more out on the backside, and that's just sport. You know, you put in time on the training field of any sport. Come game day, it's going to be easier, it's going to be better, and the results are going to fall your way.
Because let the other people shake out. I mean, we're on the second weekend of Wednesday nights, and there's going to be mistakes by other boats, so we'll just keep it clean. I mean, ideally, starboard pole and just heading straight out. They'll probably send us to R2. Cool. And it'll probably just be a long run out, long run back. Cool. Eric, anything?
All
Josh,
good.
Anything?
I'm good.
and the sheet wasn't on, and the sheet came on, the pole came out, and the kite literally just chucked us sideways.
Yeah, it just went wham. Yeah. So in heavy breeze, especially when doing a symmetrical kite setup, there's a lot of lines going on and a lot of movement around the boat. So it's really critical to have all facets of the boat working in unison. And you know, it's really the first race in this breeze this year with the crew on the boat. So you know, we're kind of knocking the rust off and that sort of thing. So
it was clear that we were underprepared for those conditions in what should be a fairly straightforward maneuver of a jibe, but it went very wrong very quickly, and that was down to us not being practiced in 25 plus knots of wind trying to jibe that spinnaker. So we now know that. We can now move into practicing that, talking the theory through, and then putting it into action. So when it does happen, or if it does happen in any of the races, then we're better prepared and we're able to overcome the challenges and the problems.
This kind of helps us, you know, because in the middle of Lake Michigan, we're going to need to be good at that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's good to see it now, you know, under controllable conditions. Like Eric was saying, it's the first time we've seen this kind of breeze with everything on, everybody on this season. You know, you don't learn when it's easy, you learn when it's hard.
Yeah.
So we learned a little today.
Good.
You know, a bad day out here, I'll take it any day versus being at work. So, no, I mean, it was fantastic conditions, and you know, this stuff happens, and it's just about how do you respond. And you know, we had an unfortunate, you know, halyard situation, but you know, the fact is that we were able to recover and fight back to the end. So that's the beauty of the sport. It's never over till you cross the finish line. So.
It's important that we understand where our limits are, and we've got to sail within those limitations, because getting that side of things wrong and trying to do something that we're not fully prepared to do can be detrimental to what you're trying to do on the race course. So there's a balance between trying to push when you can push, play to your strengths, and then there's another time when you've got to recognize that there's got to be keeping things simple, a little foot off the gas a little bit, preserve the crew, preserve the boat. And when you do that, the rewards kind of just happen to happen.
Takeaways, you know what? Just keep on going, man. You have a roundup or something like that, is just clean up, keep on going, and keep on pressing, and never give up. You never give up, and you claw back, and then at the end of the day, you get back to a second, and that's a keeper. Anyway you look at it.
The first thing I'll start with is that the correct sail for those conditions will be coming with us on the Chicago.
yes.
No, I mean, the Mac will potentially offer up those kind of conditions. I've done them before, where that will happen in the middle of the night. You know, it'll blow up and we could get thunder, lightning, and we could be caught in those kind of conditions. So the training program will need to get ramped up, and we'll need to be able to practice those kind of heavy air jibe maneuvers, because again, with the Chicago Mac, if we can stick to run line with a symmetric kite just like that one, it's going to be good for us. So there'll be some training going into that. But you know, I think on the positives, we got away with one there a little bit. We've still got a kite intact, a few bruised egos perhaps, but you know, and like Ray was saying out on the water there, it's important to not give it up, because the grind back when we were going upwind, you know, that's an attaboy to everybody. We've got back, and I think we've saved something there, and we've probably come out of that race with a second place, which is a pretty good result, given what we were dealing with halfway down that run. So, you know, silver linings are there, but a lot of work to do on the crew and the crew setup and maneuvers in heavy air. Cut.